Alright, how's it going? I'm Stephen Blaze, and I'm about to play a game. Today I got Fire Pro Wrestling World. There's a lot of hype about this game for the wrestling fans out there. And I'm not the biggest wrestling fan. Currently, I haven't really watched any wrestling probably in the last 15 years. My only heyday of the wrestling time I used to watch was back in the Attitude Era of WWF/E, back when it just turned into WWE. But my favorite games back then for the wrestling was the Aki games, as in No Mercy. There was WrestleMania 2000. These games are a big part of my childhood, and so a game that kind of captures part of that is something that kind of really piques my interest. And so that's why I got really interested in playing this Fire Pro Wrestling. Plus the customization. I'm a very big fan of any kind of game that has a lot of customization in it. And this game has tons of customization in it. So I'm gonna start off. I'll play with the character that I already made. It's myself, and I like him. I kind of give him a little better name of myself just by shortening it. So here we go. We'll do a normal match. I'm gonna pick somebody kind of weak because it's a very technical game. So the players are pretty good in my mind. Like, I get my butt whooped like crazy in this. So there's that guy. He kind of looks like a Kurt Angle, maybe like just kind of like an overall like Olympic wrestler or something like that. And then I got myself, and you can even make your own factions in this game, which is really cool. So this is like your standard. I'm not even sure what SWA stands for. Maybe it's like Standard World Wrestling. I don't know. So I got a few downloaded characters that were already made by other players. I had to get the Rock because I mean it's the Rock, and he even has like a few costumes that they made. So this is like the old school Rock, and you got kind of a newer, and then even up to like recent times of the Rock, which is pretty cool. You got Randy Savage over here. Let's see if I can get to him. Kind of takes a sec. I'm not sure if it's either my hard drive speed on this game that causes a delay. Oh wait, I am still selecting him, so let's go. Nope, I don't want to be the Rock. So let's go. Maybe it's just me not knowing how to play the game. Alright, there's Randy Savage. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I just kind of had a big history with Randy Savage and with Hulk Hogan. I kind of grew up in that era with Hulk Hogan being like Hulkamania, running wild. And one of the biggest things is just Randy Savage is always there. And I don't know, he just had such a persona that kind of grabbed me. I don't know if it was really like his real persona, because now that I watched some old videos of that, I could tell that he was like drugged out most of the time, and now I realize like, man, that was a bad person. I mean, it's very sad that we lost him early, but he was not a good person for drugs at the time. Maybe he sobered up. It seems like he kind of went under the radar for a while before his passing. But here's me. I'm S Blaze. I got some kind of weird flames going on in my costume. It is the best that I could do, but I'm sure a lot of other players could make it even look better. Here's another character I made, Fisher Price. This guy, he's actually a lot better fighter. Like, he's like an MMA fighter. So like, I kind of like him because he's like pretty brutal. In fact, I'm actually gonna pick him actually. We're gonna fight. Maybe I'll make it. I made a. You can make your own belts in this game, which is pretty cool. You can have title holders, and you can fight your title holders. So this one I made. I couldn't think of anything really great, so I made the greatest of all time, which is the greatest. So I got him that belt made. But you can make, like, you can customize the look of them, the colors of them. There's a lot of things you can do customization on everything almost in this game. Let's do that. There we go. We got the goat. Let's try to win the goat. There's different like venues. There's like a dojo. It looks kind of empty, and then not sure. I think this is supposed to be the New York arena, Madison Square Gardens, I believe. And then this is something probably pretty big in Japan. Not sure. I'm not on the scene of the Japan side. So I'm not sure. We're gonna do the whatever was default to that, and then let's go fight. So one of my biggest one of my favorite games of the Aki games was also the Def Jam series. It was just so silly that you had all these rappers fighting. Oh man, I also didn't. Okay, so I didn't. There's one thing I learned that you're supposed to do is you gotta make sure you're not defaulted as a computer player. So there we go. Let's switch it back to me. Because it just initially defaults as CP versus CP, and that's, I guess, for fun for to watch. See how brutal, like, he just it's kind of like an outclassed person. Like, it's probably not that fair that we got somebody who can actually, like, do all these kind of kicks and punches. And then you can go on to ground and pound. And I just like you can see the blood and everything. It's like pretty brutal, I think. Here we go, back to the ground and pound. I'm not sure how the count system is in this. I'm not sure if it's counting to 10 or if it's trying to count to 3 and it gives up. So far I've noticed also that the submissions on this, it does take some time to actually get somebody to submit. And one thing you might notice also is the lack of the HUD. So in order to really to figure out your like health and everything is your breathing. Everything goes off of your breathing and if you're bleeding. So if you're heavily bleeding, then that means you're pretty low on your stamina and you pretty much lose right away. So you can have, there's an actual breathing button that helps you recover some of that. You can just breathe around like, breathing needs my air. I'm just basically trying to like murder this dude. Pretty unfair. Okay, see there I got to 3-4. See, I wonder how far I can get that. I've always like dragging people around. Not sure. Like I know you're trying to like position somebody into like a perfect area so they don't like grab the ropes. But I just think it's funny. Oh, so I've already won. And then you can just like continually beat somebody. And there's not anybody really stopping the fight. So they might start ringing the bell. But nobody's gonna stop me from murdering this dude. So I'm gonna try to murder him as much as I can. He's still kind of breathing, so let's try to end that for him. Maybe this shows a dark side of me where I'm brutally just murdering an innocent wrestler. So that's a fight. I mean, there's a lot of stuff into each fight. Like, not only like the holds and everything, like there's a lot of timing involved with button presses that takes a lot of time to realize what button does what. The music in this game is so weird also. There's no kind of licensed music, so there's this weird like house music in this game. So I'm gonna do, let's try another one. Let's try to fight with the Rock, and I'll show you what the Rock can do. Cactus Jack, he's a pretty cool guy. I don't know if anybody knows Cactus Jack. That was one of the weird personalities of Mankind. He had Cactus Jack, Dude Love, I can't think, he might have had a couple more. I mean, his real name's Mick Foley. I think he came out and wrestled as Mick Foley also. Let's do the Rock. Let's do kind of modern time. He's got that tattoo on his chest. Big dude. Badass dude. Heard he's running for president. It's pretty interesting. I don't know. I think I'd be more scared of the president if he was the president. Let's see. Last time I tried playing as Rock, I got my ass handed to me. So let's, hopefully I don't just like lose right away. So every time you grab, you have an instant where you can counter their grab. And you have, I'm not sure if it's based on like speed of who's countering it, or if it's the exact counter move that you're trying to input. But I believe it's the speed. And so right now he's just tossing me around. And now he's just stomping me, man. If you notice, my breathing is gonna start getting heavy. That means I need to start watching how he beats me up. One thing I've also noticed is the hitboxes are kind of small for this. So like you really gotta like be facing them and like kind of be perfect lined up if you want to punch somebody or kick somebody. That's a pin. That's a weird pin, but that was definitely an unintentional pin. See, he kind of just countered me right there. That was that. He kind of, not sure what just happened right there. He just like knocked me down, and then he got knocked out himself. I love running into each other in that's kind of like what they would do in No Mercy. You'd run into each other and just like, what? Who are you looking at, man? Uh-oh. I'm pretty sure that was a move. So there's a lot of moves that you can select also for each character, which makes it really good if you're trying to really customize somebody and you're getting that very specific move set that you want them to have. There's so many moves that like I couldn't really get into the like every specific move, every position, so I kind of used the template and used somebody else's move set that I liked and used that for my character that I made. It made it a little bit faster, even though like every aspect of his sprite that you make that you have to customize. Oh, he busted me open, man. But I made it a little bit easier to make my character that I wanted. With I think there's almost 4,000 customized characters already. So I mean, there's plenty to choose from. You can just easily subscribe from them in the Steam Works store. I'm not sure why I keep pinning him like this. Alright, let's try to pin him again. Got him. See, I can't. There we go. And also after the fight, like it's really hard to beat somebody because like you're out of breath. So you're like trying to hit somebody and like you're out of breath and trying to catch your breath at the same time. So I'm desperately trying to fight him back at the end of these fights. But I'm like, catch my breath. Ugh, so tired. Oh, punched him right in the nuts. That's a good way to end the fight. So I think I'm gonna end it right here for this video. This is actually my very first video. So thank you if you watched it. You can tell me in the comments how bad I did or how good I did. Just say something, say hi. And I would like to do these videos more. Maybe I might do some more videos of Fireteam Pro Wrestling. There's a lot of stuff involved in this game. Maybe I'll just keep doing different games. Everyone who cares is our website. Come check us out. We got a podcast. We do it weekly. It comes out every Tuesday. Just like today, it came out. We're on our 4th episode. And we're going strong. We're going to keep coming out with episodes. We're going to keep coming out with more content. We got articles coming up on our website. We had a whole piece about the Fighting Evo tournament that just passed. So there's a lot more from us. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.